Bonsoir, yogis. This is Daniel Cumming, aka the Yogi Bunny, here in beautiful botanical gardens of Montreal, Canada. So we've got a little bit of sunlight left, so I thought I'd just take you through just a quick little flow that you can do any time of the day and to most people's ability. So we'll just start in a comfortable seated position, cross-legged. Just want you to bring the crown of the head up as high as you can, not stretching out the head too much, but just simply taking your awareness to the middle of the head, lengthening the crown. I want you to draw the base of the body down and back a little bit. So you can maybe lift the hips and draw them back just slightly. Almost if you're sitting back on something. Good. I want you to take the awareness to the belly. Just really soften and expand the belly as you inhale. So inhale, lift the belly, and exhale, contract. So we're really going to focus on this motion. So just taking the hands to the knees. So as we inhale, we're going to lift the chest. Expand just lightly, and then exhale. Just bring everything in, so you don't have to really accentuate the motion too much. Just inhale, slight lift and expansion, and exhale, slight contraction. Good, taking the hands in front of the chest. This time as we inhale, we're going to interlace the fingers, elbows rise. Exhale, press the hands away from you, tuck the chin in, open up in behind the shoulder blades a little bit. So make sure the elbows are out and the shoulders relax as much as you can. Inhale, lift the palms up to the ceiling. Nice and high. Again, try to relax the shoulders, elbows come out slightly, and try to bring your head in between the arms. Next exhale, floating the hands down in behind the body. We're going to interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift to the chest, draw the hands back. And then exhale, float the hands back in front of the chest. So we'll do that again, nice and slow this time. Inhale, lift, and then exhale, scoop. Press away from you. Inhale, taking a bit of a back bend, lift the chest, lift the hands. Exhale, float the hands down, option to wiggle the fingers if it feels good. You can interlace the hands again. Draw the chest up. We're going to stay here now. So we're going to try to relax the shoulders a little bit, maybe rolling them around. Inhale, and then fold forward. So keeping the hands as they are, leaning the chest forward. Bring the hips down and back a little bit. So just folding forward, not in the head, yeah, shaking it, no, relaxing the neck a little bit. You can just very lightly sway from side to side. Next inhale, we're going to lift the chest, draw the hands back to support us as we lift. Inhale the hands up. Good. And then hands come down to the knees. I'm just going to take a few little sways round and round. So you can start by moving clockwise, just leading with the chest. Nothing too big. Just little mini rotations. Try to relax the shoulders and the neck if you can. Okay. And then just reverse that rotation. Maybe making circles a little bit bigger, leading with that chest. Good. And we're going to inhale both arms up. And we're going to take a side bend towards the left side. So left hand down, right hand lifts up and over the body. Rotate that palm so you can see it. Pinky finger down towards the ground. And then just gently look under that right armpit. Make sure you're not relying on this hand and leaning too far. You really want to have that strength in that side body, so it's just here as a guide. Good, next inhale, we're going to lift up, both hands together, and then over to the other side. So right hand down, left hand really reaches high and long. So you want to create that as big an arch as you can. Make sure that palm is facing towards you, and then just take the gaze underneath that left armpit. Relax the shoulder a little bit and not lean onto this hand too much. Try to focus on pressing into that left hip a little bit as well. Inhale, lift. We're going to come to a twist on each side this time. So as we exhale, we're going to take that right hand to the left knee, left hand in behind the body. Just gently look on over that left shoulder. Then we're going to inhale, release the twist a little bit, lengthen, and then exhale, move back into that twist a bit more. So lengthen the crown of the head and try to find that positioning in the crown of the head over the spine, base of the spine. Good. Next inhale, take both hands up, release the twist, and then over towards the other side. So same deal. Gently looking over that shoulder, release a little bit, take an inhale, and then move a little deeper into that twist. Inhale, both hands up. And then we're going to come up and over onto all fours. So wrists stacked beneath the shoulders, knees stacked beneath the hips. So I'll come sideways here so you can see. Good. So as we inhale, I want you to lift the chest, lift the hips, that belly drops. And then as we exhale, tucking the chin towards the chest, and really arching and lifting in between the shoulder blades. Inhale, lift and draw up. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. In between the shoulder blades, lifting up to the ceiling. Good. This time we're going to take that right foot in behind the body. So press that right foot away as if you're pressing into a pedal. Lift the chest. You can just use a foot, otherwise you can take that left hand in front as well. So as we exhale, we're going to draw that right knee underneath the body, or right knee to left elbow if you've got the hand as well. Inhale, lift, draw that belly up a little bit more. Find that activation through the core, and then exhale. One more time. Good. Lower the hand, lower the knee, and we're going to rotate into a baby side plank on the left side first. So rotate that left foot around, left hand pressing down. Press that right foot away as if you're pressing into that pedal. So really lengthen it out. And then lift that the right hand up towards the ceiling. So you really want to lift through that hand so you've got that activation through the side of the body and you're not just dumping into that bottom hand. So you can look down, you can look up, you can look sideways if you like. Maybe using jazz hands. And then we're slowly going to revolve around. We'll just take child's pose now. So lowering down the hips to the heels. And you can take your hands out in front. Maybe swaying from side to side if it feels good. You can take your hands by your side if you want. And just lower lightly onto the forehead. But make sure the weight is on the hips and backwards towards the feet. Not on the head at all. Good. We're slowly going to lift up. Lift the hands. I'm going to take a exhale down, front of the chest, making our way towards camel. So we'll take your hands to the lower back. And we just squeeze the thighs together. Nothing too intense. I just want you to lightly lift the chest up towards the ceiling. We'll squeeze the thighs together. I want you to bring your hips back a little bit, so kind of like your hips are drawing back like this. Just lift the chest up, and then you can maybe take a little bit of a back bend. But it's just early. And then slowly lowering back to your child's pose. We come to all fours again. And we'll take the other side of that flow. So we're going to take our left foot in behind this time. So if you just took the foot, making sure that you're pressing that foot away, toes face towards the ground a little bit rather than having them out to the side. Then if you took that hand out in front, you can take the right hand this time. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, bring the elbow towards the knee. Inhale out. Exhale, bring it together. Inhale, lengthen. And then we're going to lower the right hand, lower the left knee. Rotate around onto the right side this time. So we're going to lengthen that left foot out. So make sure the toes are slightly rotated down towards the mat. Lift that left hand. Press through that bottom hand. And then slowly coming back to all fours. We're just going to take the weight more to the hips now and just make a few little circles round and round. So you're just relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the head. And then taking the other way around. Good. So we're just going to lower down to the mat now. So we need to inhale and lean forward over the hands and just lower the hips and lower down nice and slow, almost like a rolling snake motion. We're going to move into locust. So we need to focus on pressing the feet away, kind of like pedals. Roll around the shoulders. Palms facing down or facing up, your choice. I prefer down. But lengthen out the fingers. Tuck the chin in and lengthen the crown of the head forward, kind of like a turtleneck. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Don't have to be here for too long, just focus on the breath. Whenever you're ready to lower down, you can take the hands in front and just lower the cheek to the hands or the forehead to the hands. Good, we're just going to move into Sphinx now. So we'll take our elbows to the side ribs. I just want you to flatten the arms and the hands down. And just lift the chest. Create a little bit of tension drawing back with the elbows so the chest comes forward and just ground down through the hips. Try to lift the belly away from the ground if you can. Don't need to. And just take a little gentle twist from side to side here. And then we'll lower down. I'm going to frame the chest with the hands. Just lift up the chest, back onto the thighs, tuck the toes. We're just going to come into a little downward dog. So just pressing back with the hands into the feet. Just focusing on lifting through the back of the thighs. But I want you to relax the head so it comes through the arms. And the heels are drawing towards the ground, but they don't need to be flat. Chest is, again, drawing towards the thighs, but you don't need to have them anywhere near it. Just finding that positioning. And pedaling out the feet a little bit. So if all this gets too intense, staying in downward dog, eventually it does become a resting pose, believe it or not. But you can lower down the knees at any time, and you can just always come into that cat kind of flow. Just feeling into whatever feels good for the body. Always taking it slow. Maybe waving to any squirrels that are watching. So we're going to lower onto the knees, and we're just going to move into a low lunge position. So we'll come onto the knees here. We'll take our right foot forward. So left knee on the ground, right foot forward. We're just going to inhale and lengthen a bit. Good. Exhale. Let the hands down, lift the chest, and then lift the fingers. So relax the shoulders a little bit. Good. Then try to come away from that hip crease a little bit. So we're not really taking too much of a back bend here. You want to limit that back bending. just in this pose. This is a different pose when we're doing more of a back bend. Good. And then we're just going to take a bit of a side stretch, psoas stretch. So we'll take our right hand to the inside of that right thigh and just take a side bend here. So lift that left hand up. So this is just to create a little bit of tension, activating the inside of the legs. So when we twist, it's really isolated down that side of the body. Good. I'm going to inhale up. And then we're going to take a twist to the other side. So we'll take our right hand to the outside. So left hand to the outside of that right leg. And just take that right hand in behind. Inhale, lift. Think traffic controller arm. And then exhale out. Good, we'll do that one more time. And good. Inhale, lift both hands. And then we're just going to lower the hands to meet that right foot. We'll step that right foot back. And then we'll straight away switch it around. So left foot comes forward into that low lunge position. So right knee is on the ground. Left knee, just tracking over that left ankle roundabouts. Doesn't have to be exactly over it. You don't want it too far past it, and you don't want it too far away either. So finding that positioning, lengthening up. I like to inhale, lengthen, exhale, sink back in, and then finding that positioning. Trying to relax the shoulders as much as you can. Good, and we'll take that side bend now. So we'll take the left hand to the inside of the left thigh, right hand lifts. Try to squeeze everything to the middle. That'll help you balance a little bit. Good. So they release. Inhale up, and taking that twist to the left side this time. So right hand, left thigh, so the side of the left thigh. Take that left hand in behind if you can. If you can't reach it for some reason, you can just take that hand to the side. Just wherever feels good. It doesn't have to completely line up all the way. So inhale, lift, and then exhale, around. Just a bit of a dynamic twist. Nice. Lift and lower. So step that left foot back. And then we're just going to lower down to the mat again. So you can do it on the knees. If you want to do it via full plank, you can. I recommend just doing it on the knees, taking your time. So take a breath in, and then really start to lower down, chest in front of the hands. And then when you feel you come about 90 degrees, just want you to lower the hips down and roll down the rest of the way, taking the pressure off the rotator cuffs and the shoulders. I'm going to move into a cobra pose. So press the tops of the feet down. We're going to press into the fingertips. We're going to inhale, chin to chest, lift up, roll up. And exhale down. Nice and slow. So the hands are in front of the chest, maybe in front of the mat, and even a little bit wider than the mat maybe. Do that 2 more times. So inhale, roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae, lift up in between the shoulder blades. And then exhale, roll it down. Do that one more time. Make sure you're pressing the tops of the feet. That'll help ground down and then protect that lower back. Good. Cool, make our way up and back into downward dog. Good. And then we'll slowly walk our feet to the front of the mat. Just inhale, lift halfway, brush the shins, bring the hips back. Bit of a bend in the knees. You can look forward if you want, or look at the toes. And then exhale, fold. You can walk the hands up, otherwise you can reverse swan dive. Nice and long, grounding down through the heels. Help anchor you, and then exhale the hands down. Good, so we're just coming to a quick little balance, nothing too much. We're just gonna start with the left foot. So we'll raise our right foot up. So standing on the left foot first. So knee up. And you can just simply bring the hands in front of the chest. Bring the hands out to the side, maybe up, lengthening a little bit. And just finding that grounding. We'll do the exact same thing on the other side. So lift that left foot up, ground down through that right foot. Just knee raises up nice and high. Seeing if you can hold it there. Arms out to the side, hands in front of the chest. If you want to reach up and lengthen a little bit, you can. And lowering it down. Good. So we're just going to take a nice little tree on each side this time. So we'll lift up that right foot again. So you can take that right foot just to the side of the calf. If you can bring it in here. You can use your hand. Just don't take it to the side of the knee, because the knee doesn't really like that. So not for too long. Make sure the side isn't bowing out. So make sure you squeeze everything together here. Take the hands in front. A little bit of breath in if you can. And bring it down. If that's too easy for you, you can close down the eyes. Make it a bit trickier to balance. And we'll make our way to the other side. So left foot raises up this time. So you can move that foot in naturally if you want. You can take the hand. Remember, it can just be the side of the calf. It doesn't have to be up here. If you can't get it above the knee, it's pressing the side of the knee, just go a little bit lower. There's no one to impress. Good, make sure everything's squeezing into that midline. Whatever variation you want it to take. Just focusing on that breath. That's what matters. And then eventually lowering down. Either slow and controlled and graceful, or just falling down because you close your eyes. So. We're going to inhale, lift nice and high. And then bending at the waist, floating the hands down. Nice and slow. Inhale, lift. Exhale. It's okay. And then step it back into downward dog, pedaling it out a bit. It's okay. I actually teach kids yoga as well. And you can just feel it out a little bit. Otherwise, you can come back to all fours and just flow. And we're just gonna roll around onto our sit bones now. So we're just gonna take our hands to the side, lift the legs a little bit, lift the hands just for a second, and roll down nice and slow, all the way onto your back. Good. We're gonna take our right ankle to the left thigh. So it's a reclined pigeon, so we're gonna thread our arms through. So the right hand comes in between the legs and the left one comes around the back of that thigh. So if you can't see, thread it underneath here. Good. So we're pressing into the left thigh with the right ankle and drawing that left thigh towards you, pressing away. So remember, you don't have to force it. Just getting a little bit of stretch, but try to make sure that you lower your head onto the ground. If you can't, you can grab a pillow or something matte to put underneath your head. Because if it's quite tight, you might end up here. So I don't want too much pressure on the neck. If that's too easy for you, you can actually take the hands around the thigh. Then we're just going to lower that left foot, take that right leg up to the sky. I'm going to inhale, point the toes, exhale, flex the foot a little bit. So you don't have to have the leg completely straight. The leg can be bent if you want. Just a little bit of a leg stretch and strengthen. Okay, then we're going to lower down. And just take the other side. So taking that left ankle to the right thigh this time. And then thread our arms through underneath. And then taking that stretch. So again, if it's too easy for you, you can take your hands around there. And then lowering the legs down, stretching out a little bit. So lowering the legs, lowering the arms, stretching out as long as you can make yourself. And then bringing it all together. Giving knees a little bit of a tuck. And then just stretching out that left leg a little bit. So inhale, point the toe, exhale, flex the foot. And then we'll just finish off with a couple of bridges. So we'll take our feet up towards the thighs. As we inhale, we'll lift the hips, press through the feet. And then exhale, roll down nice and slow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rolling down. So try to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae and down the same way. So maybe as you inhale, lift the tailbone, lower back, the rib cage. And then as you exhale, roll down rib cage, lower back, tailbone. I'm just going to take a gentle little twist side to side. So taking the feet to the edge of the mat a little bit and then knees fall in. Just like a little windscreen wiper motion, just gently having the knees go side to side. It doesn't have to be anything too intense. And then just releasing into Shavasana. So lengthen out the legs, lengthen out the arms. And relaxing the shoulders, legs. And we're just going to get those last little bits of tension out of the body. So as we inhale, we're going to squeeze the hands, squeeze the feet, every little part of your body. And then exhale out through the mouth. So inhale. Big breath in, squeeze, and then exhale, release. 2 more times. Inhale, squeeze every little part of your body, and then exhale, release. Last time, holding the breath in a little bit longer and focusing on the face. So clench the jaw, frown the face. And just completely release. Let the arms and legs fall how they want to. Let the breath start to move into the belly. As you inhale, it expands and lifts like a balloon, filling full of air. And then as you exhale, the belly just falls down towards the earth. Just letting any sounds around you soothe you and bring you deeper into that Shavasana, into that calm space. Body completely relaxed. Breath becoming slower and natural. That space in your mind just completely still, completely calm, just completely open. You can just completely let go. I invite you to stay here in Shavasana for as long as you want. Please take at least 5 minutes here, just to let everything reintegrate and settle before you continue on with your day. And whenever you finish with Shavasana, you can stretch out the arms, stretch out the legs. Roll over to one side, knees tucked in, head resting on the arm. And then you can very slowly make your way up to a seated position. As I said, feel free to stay here for as long as you want. See you next time. Namaste.